also known as Leopold the Just. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Leopold the Just. I am playing the character Everest Yanira. I am an Eladrin bard, college of lore with a noble background. Excited to continue writing my next hit novel by following the inspectors around and learning of their adventures.
Hi, I'm Vera. You can find me just about everywhere on the internet at Vera Says Dragons, and I'm here playing Kane Ekaros, a drow paladin, and we're just here to have a good time and keep everybody else alive, and herd cats occasionally, apparently literally.
Nice. I'm Adam. You can find me pretty much everywhere as Adamus Lamus. I'm playing Rox Boulder, Hilltop Dwarf Wizard. And yeah, that's me.
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fear. You can find me at Crystal_Fear on Twitter and at Crystal Fear pretty much everywhere else. I am playing Sarissa Shiog, the Changeling Sorceress.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lori, aka Calamity Jane. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet as Calamity_Jane, Jayn. And I'll be playing Molly O'Shaughnessy. She is a human rogue and basically the resident skill monkey for the inspectors.
Hello, I'm your DM, DC Lasair. That's DC Lasair on just about everywhere, I suppose. Twitter, Twitch, all the fun places. And before we begin, I would like to know who thinks their character sleeps next to a window. You are in a warehouse. Okay, Kane, great. All right, so we go back into Waterdeep in the City of Splendors. And we go to the dock ward, a little ramshackle place, used to be a warehouse, now converted into our base of operations for our friendly group. And at night, Kane hears a pecking at their window.
I look.
There's a skeletal bird, and it has a little message around its neck, and it's pecking at your window, wanting in.
Everybody, we have a strange new friend. And then I open the window.
All right. It hops in, spreads its wings a little bit, wings, and presents its front to you like it wants you to take the little message around its neck.
Please do not peck off my hand.
Once you take it, squawk, and it flies out the window again.
The friend has left. No.
At this point, Sarissa will come in and go, "What on earth?"
We had a delivery from a dead bird.
A dead, but how did it fly?
I have no idea. There were no feathers, it was just bones.
Strange.
But look, delivery. And it did not try to eat me. I'll offer Sarissa the note.
I will take it and read it.
All right. It's in a fairly complex looking script. I mean, it's common, but it's really fancy and even meant to look more complex than what it really is. But and it says, "Thanks for releasing the souls, death." And that's it.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Is it bad?
Well, maybe not. It says, "Thanks for releasing the souls. Signed, Death."
Like just death?
Apparently.
Aren't there like 30 death gods? This does not narrow it down.
I don't know.
Do you think it means the family? The family in the mists?
Possibly them. Possibly the souls that were trapped in the mansion.
Oh shit.
At this point, I think Molly will poke her head in. She's like, I did a perimeter sweep and we don't seem to be infiltrated at this time. What kind of message is it? And then I'll enter.
Hello,
I'll
Molly.
hand it to her.
It says thank you. It's a nice note, and I'll hand it back. We've been releasing a lot of souls lately, it seems.
Perhaps that is our talent in life.
There are worse talents to have, I guess.
If you think about it, killing people is also technically releasing their souls. So technically, we also released the soul of the hag.
Give me a lot to think about. So, what do we do now? Do we go back to sleep?
I just saw a bird fly with no feathers. I don't think I will ever sleep again.
Oh. There. Pat your shoulder.
You are a true friend.
I guess I'll go to her window and just kind of like poke my head out, make sure there's no undead birds lurking, or like a flock of undead birds.
No, there's no flocks of undead birds or anything like that. Just the normal things you see at night. Couple bats, moon's still up.
It's clear for now, but you go in someone else's room if you don't feel safe. And I'll close and lock the window.
Perhaps.
All right. Well, I don't know about you all, but I think I'm going to go and get some coffee.
That sounds like a better plan.
What time is it? Like, is it middle of the night? Like middle of sleeping, or what? What's our thing here?
It's about middle of the night.
Cyrus is kind of a night creature, so.
Kane too, honestly.
I guess since they're up, Molly gets up early anyway, so she'll just, I guess, stay up with the girls.
Everest only sleeps. Everest doesn't actually even sleep, so he's totally up, just writing. By this point, he's like peeks his head in and is like, "Could you all just go back to your sleeping? I'm in the middle of a good chapter here, and I'm almost finished. You're making quite a bit of ruckus in here, you know."
And that's really the first you've heard from Everest in about 3 weeks.
You're alive?
He hasn't.
You still exist.
Yes, I've been in my room. Have you not thought to check? Whatever. I suppose if you did, I might have been out procuring some food. But yes, I've just been I've been writing the same damn 12 pages for 3 weeks.
Oh, I thought you said you were a good writer.
I am a good writer. I'm just a slow writer. Luckily, the lifespan of an elf allows for it.
Well, we are happy to see you. Maybe you can take a break from writing?
I actually was peeking my head out, mainly for the reason of requesting that I tag along a bit for one of your next incursions, if you don't mind. I could use some more material, as you can see. They just hold up a book with like only a few pages, only like a dozen pages actually written in it. The rest is empty.
Well, we've had a thank you note from Death, so that's something.
Hold on. Death, you say?
Uh-huh. I will hand him the note.
Oh, this is... Right, I'm gonna transcribe the note into my book and draw a little quick drawing of it. Hand it back. This is interesting. Do you actually believe this is from a deity of sorts, or a local organization, or just some sort of individual that finds themselves very dangerous?
A dead bird delivered it.
Oh, A, d- a dead bird? No, was it not? What type of bird? Actually dead, you say?
Bones.
It doesn't seem possible, but
That is what I'm saying.
I thought
I
the
am so
feathers were
stressed
very.
now.
Yes, I thought feathers were very crucial in the process of flying. I suppose it's powered by magic of some sort. Anyway, well, that is quite terrifying. Uh, so, I suppose I'll just get back to it before. Just let me know before you go anywhere this time. I'll be in my room.
Okay. And Molly's gonna wander off to see if we have like a small frame because she wants to frame the note from death.
Amongst all the stuff in this former warehouse, you can find a dusty frame, mostly rotted, but there's one here.
It'll work as a placeholder. Keep it safe. Put it up on our mantle by all our other trophies.
All right. And unless anyone wants to do anything else, the night passes and the morning will arrive. And there'll be a familiar impatient knock at the door as you're all getting breakfast.
Guys, I think Benny is here. And I'll kind of like not skip, but just sort of like hop, like as I run towards the door and open it up.
He's about to knock again, but stops before he hits your forehead. And yes, it is indeed Benny, and your favorite Minotaur messenger. And he looks at you. Hi.
Hello.
Here's a thing from Gavin. He hands you a note. It's a thing. Gavin's being weird. I don't know what's going on. So he gave this to me. Yep.
Oh. So no carriage today, just a note.
Nope.
It's a big day
And
for
a
notes.
horse.
And a horse?
Well, I rode a horse here. Yeah.
Oh, not a horse for us. I see.
No.
Thank you, Benny. Do you need us to respond to this?
No, but if you're looking for work, with my half brothers, I run a security company. So here's my card. And he hands you a business card.
Oh, thank you. I am sure we will look into this. We're always looking for more fun.
Yep.
Hey, Benny, do you have the rest of the money, the 150 for each of us for the hag job?
Oh, yeah. And he goes over to his saddlebags. He gets it and drops it back. Here you go.
Thanks, Benny.
Yeah. And he just walks away and gets on the horse. And it's really weird seeing a big, tall Minotaur on a horse, but it's happening. And he rides off grumpy.
That's almost cruel. Big old Benny on a horse.
The horse or Benny?
I don't know, both.
Molly will close and relock the door and then kind of head back to the kitchen where people are probably getting like second breakfasts at this point. Yeah. And hop up on the counter and just kind of swing her legs while she reads the note.
All right. Reading the note from Gavin. It's or the note Gavin sent you, as it's a actual letter to Gavin, explaining that the Prison Bright Theater needs some help. There's some strange and unusual noises going on, and the owner, Malcolm Bright, is quite concerned and not sure what's going on there. And
anyone? Sorry.
Oh, and there's some promise of payment and other details that Gavin wouldn't normally let you know, but it's all there.
Okay. Anyone in the mood for theater?
I'm always in the mood for theater.
No, that's what I was going to say. I'm always in the mood for theater as well. This is so excellent. You're all not going to be dressed like this, are you?
Molly, I made you another plate.
I assume that's a no.
Thank
Okay.
you. I'm
Um,
always wearing this.
if any of you do not have any fancy clothing to wear, then I would be more than willing to buy it for you. So just let me know. We could do a little shopping today before we go. We don't want to be dressed like. And I just sort of, which one of you is probably dressed the most poorly? No?
I don't think it's poorly. Molly just has like very utilitarian clothing. It's like meant for moving and sneaking around.
Yes. No mean to offend, but this outfit will simply not do.
It will do. It does do. It is what I do.
But not for the theater, though. It's a different environment there, unless you're planning on scaling the walls or something.
Yes.
Oh, well. Okay.
Should one not always be prepared to scale the walls?
Everest quickly realizes his efforts to spice everyone's clothing up was futile, and he just gives up.
Now, Everest, I have some nice things, but I'm always willing to go out shopping.
Yeah, I
Excellent.
could buy a suit.
Excellent. Do we have time?
Rox, as you're eating breakfast and everything in the morning paper, because you're especially on the lookout for cryptids, you do notice a small notice about a couple villages needing help because there's a story about a odd creature that seems to be disrupting travel for some people, and it's about a 4-day journey from Waterdeep if you want to do that as well.
Rox will let the gang know. It's like, hey, gang, there's it seems to be some sort of monster is disrupting travel outside of town. I guess we've got options. Look at this little outfit. I think we're in business. Can Rox look at the letter that we got from I guess both letters and compare them? Like, is the paper the same? Is the handwriting the same? Anything like that?
The handwriting is very different. It's from 2 different sources entirely.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we have options, but I don't know. I was sort of looking forward to going to the theater.
Me too.
There's nothing that says we cannot do going out to kill a beastie after the theater.
That's true. Could make a night of it.
Travel could wait.
I'll bring a bag just in case.
Good decision.
After all, we want to rub elbows with a few of the more important people in the town if we're ever to get any of the more high-ranking jobs, you know.
And I'll need a better outfit.
I will pretend to stop knowing common.
Everest totally claims that he can buy everyone's outfits, but he really only has 15 gold on him. So, he's gonna try and get out of that as much as possible if it actually comes down to him. Like as soon as you pick something out, he's gonna wander off probably. Like once we're shopping.
All right. Anyone want to go get outfits, or you just head to the theater, finishing breakfast, cleaning up? Your friendly cleric Dawn is it's sort of adorable as she's in a pile of Everest capes, and it's one of those situations where you just don't want to wake up the kitty because it's so cute. And she's just by the fireplace.
It seemed important to Everest that we have fancy clothes, so Molly will go with him, even though she doesn't really understand the need for them.
Yeah, they're 30 gold a pop, so I just realized that. So, so if you want to spend 30 gold on Everest being a snobby douche, then go right ahead. But you totally deny it. It seems I didn't realize it was that expensive. I have fine clothes.
You see, Rox is playing with the robe that we got from the hag, and he pulls off one of the patches and pops it on the table, and then 10 gems come into existence. I don't know. Is that how that works?
That's cool.
He's like, oh, whoa, gang. He pulls up a gem. He's like, is this real? Does anybody Everest?
Hand that over. I will compare it with some of my own jewelry. All right, what do I roll?
So, actually looking at them, you realize that a couple pieces of your own jewelry are fake, and this is actually real.
Oh,
So,
no. Oh, that was, I could have told you that, but yeah. No, Everest didn't know, but I knew. Cool. That's awesome. How do I like appraise things in this in 5e? Is it a investigation or something?
Yeah, you can.
Wait, hold on. Ooh, 19 total investigation.
Okay. You can tell that these gems are worth 100 gold pieces each.
One of these alone will get 3 of us nice outfits, tailored and all.
That's perfect.
100 gold apiece, these gems are.
Oh, you were very lucky. Fancy gems.
Do you have any more patches like that?
Rox
You
will
were very
look
lucky.
at him. He's like,
Fancy gems.
yeah, it looks like there's some
Do you have any
dogs,
more
some
patches like
potions, ladders. Like looking all around, like trying to like see the back of it. A bunch of stuff.
Are these living curs or are they dead? The dogs you speak of?
Well, they're not moving now, but if it's anything like those gems, I think if we pop it off, they'll pop up.
Oh, well, I see what you did there. That's very strange. Never in my life seen anything like this. Well, I definitely will be writing this down.
Same.
Is that the robe that the hag had?
Yeah, I actually identified some other things. There's this. Who had the staff? Sorry, I think it was Sarissa.
Yeah, I do.
He'll like kind of point at it as I don't know where if you have it at the table, but he's like, that's a sky blinder staff. You can blind flying things, and you get bonus to attacks.
Nice.
And did Molly? Did we have to identify the dagger, or did she already know what it was?
She knew what it was already.
Okay, cool.
The other thing you have is the broken wand of magic missiles. Whoever wants to take that.
What's broken about it?
It appears to be a normal wand of magic missiles, except it has a little bend in it, and there's some sort of chaos magic around it that's hard to strictly identify what will happen, but it's likely to work sometimes, maybe.
If no one else wants that, that screams Everest, okay? Chaos. So I feel like he'd be down to using it. What do you roll to use wands in 5e? Is it knowledge arcana or something? Or do you roll it all, or how does that work?
Just point it and roll, and we'll see what happens.
Point it and roll on it. Okay, got it. If no one else wants that, I would gladly take it. But I wasn't there for the mission, so I don't want to be like one of those guys who's like, "Hey, I skipped out, and can I have that thing?" But it's totally up to you guys.
Give it a try.
Yeah. I don't want to try it now, I suppose, if it's potentially dangerous. But maybe I'll point it at a ghost or a goblin or a ghoul or something.
Yeah, maybe save it for the theater.
And everyone's fine if I keep this dagger? She says as she kind of like flips it around in her hands, just kind of twirling it idly.
You were very adept with it, with the hag.
Thank you. I rather like it. And I'll
Was
put it-
impressive.
we all did our part.
Good target practice.
I will definitely have to bend your ear about your experience, so I can go ahead and record it at least. It's a shame I wasn't able to attend.
Why would you want to bend our ears?
I listen to have a bit of story time, Kane, is what I'm saying. It's a figure of speech
That is the
among the
strangest
common
figure.
tongue.
You
see
speak so
Everest.
weirdly.
Everest grabbed the top of his very long, pointy Eladrin ear and just bends it and smiles.
They like poke one of their very pointy drow ears and then just go, nope.
Everest scoffs. Drow, am I right?
Oh,
I didn't even say anything. I just said drow, am I right?
speaking of, do we need some kind of cloak or parasol for Kane to go outside now?
You can have my umbrella.
That will do.
I assume
Maybe
it's
when-
part of my. Sorry, go ahead.
So maybe when we go shopping, we can find you a battle umbrella, something more befitting you.
That's awesome.
A battle umbrella. Yes. Yes.
It's also a sword.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like I guess we're getting ready to head out and get the outfits or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's theater time. Come on.
Woo!
This is totally an Everest session if we're going to the theater. I'm just saying.
All right. You can head out and tell me what the outfits look like you're purchasing.
I already have one, so I don't have to purchase one personally because I'm already fancy. But
Here we're back. Sorry about that, everyone. Momentary difficulty, but it was solved by our amazing tech person, Misty.
It was
So
solved.
yay,
Tech person.
Misty.
It was
So
solved.
yeah, and I do want to remind everyone that if you spend channel points or send a tip to this channel, details are right below this video. You can affect some things in the game. So read that and enjoy. And where we left off was that Everest and Molly and the rest of the group were going shopping for some fancy clothes to see what was going on with the theater.
okay, yeah, I have. So basically, my fancy outfit is a long coat with plumy shoulders that comes down and has like a frilly sleeve sticking out of the cuffed collars of the coat. He's got boots that go up over the calf with tights underneath. You do see that he's not wearing his leathers because he's going to the theater. Well, no need to wear his leathers to the theater. But he does have them in a small sack that or like a hip sack that he's carrying with him. He's got a scarf with like frilly ends. You do that see are like pleated, and then he also has like a walking cane that is very elaborately carved with a serpent around it, and it comes up to the top of the head. And he's wearing a hat with a really fluffy bird feather sticking out of it. That's the hat's black.
I guess Rox would have just gotten like a very slimming looking black suit. Yeah.
Sarissa will go for something classically Victorian. So long black sleeves, lace everywhere. Probably a high neck, but with a bit of a cutout. And she will absolutely get a parasol that is functional enough that she can be out in the sun without hating everything.
Molly or Kane, anything?
Yeah, I think Molly gets something. It's actually pants, but it looks like a dress because they're long and flowy. And she probably spends about 20 minutes arguing with the tailor about the outfit because she insists that they put pockets in the pants and that she can reach her daggers through them. It's goes around and about that, and it has a little half cape with a hood, so it's goes off one shoulder that has like a little bit of a cape effect, and then she can pull up a hood if she wants over her dress. That's her fancy outfit, complete with pockets.
Kane gets a 3-piece suit that is black with a canary yellow vest and has very deep pockets, and also a parasol that is the same yellow as the vest, but it has like maybe some black lacing details. And thigh-high boots.
All right. So you're all dressed up. Did you want a parasol weapon thing?
Wait, that's an actual option?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yes! Yes!
It's like get a cool umbrella, take it to the blacksmith, point at a sword, be like, we need that and this.
Can
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can rocks have fantasy Chuck Taylors?
Of course.
Yes.
So, do you want one-handed or two-handed?
Two-handed.
Two-handed?
Yeah.
All right. So you basically have, it's an odd looking parasol because it's basically an equivalent of a long sword inside a handle. It's a very big umbrella part, but you can pull it out. Long sword.
This is the happiest day of Kane's life.
I mean, it is ridiculous looking due to its size, but it's functional as a weapon.
It's fine.
And all right, if there's anything else, I'll head off to the theater. And you go, and your journey there doesn't take too long to get there, and it's one of the nicer theaters in Waterdeep, actually. It says Prison Brights up on top. And as you enter, you see a ghost standing there, waving his hands, greeting everyone. He sees you come in, and he says, "Let not this harried visage diminish you, gentle people, for I am but a friendly ghost. What fine art have we wrought for you this day? Buy your tickets and behold, you shan't be disappointed." And he's dressed in a fine suit, his hair unkempt, and he's just floating there and greets you with that.
I very much like this man.
I'm confused. We got a note asking for help.
Welcome. And what note is it that you have?
It says that you are concerned about noises, suspicious noises, and
Oh,
you.
yes. It is terrible. I'm trying to get some rest at night, and around like 2 a.m., there's all sorts of noises coming from the theater, and things are going missing. Stageheads can't find anything. It's very disturbing. We are preparing for a production of Annie Get Your Wand, and it's so disruptive to every little detail of it, and my sleep especially. Manager right over there. It's a fine first-rate production, I assure you.
20% for the likes of us. Honestly, with our presence here, we will bring in more people. Trust me, the Yanira family's name is in the tongues of quite a few people in Waterdeep.
Ah, good sir, I apologize, for it is on no tongues that I have heard of, but I'm sure that will be corrected soon if you continue to be a patron of my fine theater.
Yes, yes. I thought 20% might be more fitting, but we'll go with 15. Just wait until you see. It will help. Perhaps you should open your ears a bit more. Really.
Oh, my ears are as open as they can be anymore. I can't change anything anymore, being former person and all, understand. Anyway, so yes, yeah, yeah. So if you want to wait here, you're welcome to, but the noises really don't happen until at night, and oh, it's so much trouble getting help that isn't spooked by things, and oh, building the set. It's rather complex.
Rox will kind of poke the ghost with his ink pen. He's like, interesting. You said you sleep?
Don't you?
Yeah, but I'm still with the living.
I
Have you
need my
seen
beauty rest. I need to perform for everyone every day.
Oh, in Annie get the wand?
Annie, get the wand. Yes, a first-rate performance coming up.
Okay, okay. Have you seen any of these things, or you've just heard spooky noises?
Oh, I've just heard noises that disturb my rest, and I can't seem to find anything. I go around, I look, but nothing's there. Sometimes I think I see a figure out of the corner of my eye, but nothing.
We happen to have somebody who's great at hearing, and I'll point at Molly. And so maybe if you give us a free show, we'll get to the bottom of your mystery.
A free show. All right. What did the note promise? And we'll exchange it for a free show.
What did the note promise?
Tons of stuff, I think.
400 gold.
Each? Total.
No, total.
Okay.
Oh, how much are the price of tickets?
Well, it depends where you want to sit.
We
Front
probably
row is 20 gold. Back row, 5. Way back row, 3 silver.
Are there any like balcony seats on the side so we can see, the whole theater in case there's any?
Oh, yes. I mean, we don't have a show going on at this time due to the disruptions, but
Are there
I
any like
assume you
balcony
meant for
seats on the side so we
pre-buy
can see,
for
the whole
any
theater
gets
in case
get
there's
your
any?
wand. Oh, yes. I mean, we don't have a show going on at this time.
Do you
Yeah.
have anyone in the theater who you had to let go recently who might be angry at you about that?
Oh, no. Everyone enjoys working here. I hear no complaints.
And are you the who? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if we could insight check that, but
Yeah, go for it.
that's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Wow! Yay! As far as anyone's concerned, he's telling the truth. At least as far as Malcolm is concerned, he hasn't heard anything too much disapproving where someone would actually be angry at him.
Okay.
Can Molly ask, does anyone else here have a similar corporeal disposition such as yourself?
No, only me, I'm afraid. Very well put, by the way. I appreciate that.
I'm definitely writing that down in the book, Molly. That was that was fantastic. Question, sir, as well. Do you mind?
Yes, of course.
Um, has this location had a previous name before in its history that you know of?
No, this has always been my theater, the Prison Bright. And
Okay.
he smiles and kind of puffs up his chest a little bit.
I would like to make a knowledge history check, which I now have expertise in because I'm a fancy bard. I want
All
to
right.
roll a knowledge history to see what sort of tragic event might have happened here that might be leading to this haunting. If I
Sure
might know
thing.
anything about it. All right.
Go for it.
All right. I only got a 14. That's not that bad though. But
That's good enough. I mean, it's a well-known theater and everything's not really a secret here. This has pretty much for a very, very long time always been Brisenbright's place. He was a man that was here, and when he died, he just didn't want to leave, and so his spirit stayed on.
Okay, well that's cool. Nothing that might allude to what the strange noises might be, the origin of strange noises might be.
No.
Okay, all right, cool. Just wondering.
Perhaps if we went into the theater early and searched through places where there is not much traffic, we could find clues.
Excellent plan.
I agree. I assume we have full access to the theater, Mr. Brisenbright?
Oh yes, of course. You have my letters. So yes, you can go in. If you need lights, there is a small wand up at the corner that you just aim it at the chandelier and it will light up. And please put that wand back. They're very hard to get, and they only work with that chandelier. And people take them often from my
Why would they
blades.
take them if they only work with the one chandelier?
Well, they don't know that, you see. They just, a crowd of people comes in and they see a wand and they think it might be a fancy token or something.
Perhaps put a note on the wall.
Yes, signage is a great way to convey a message to the public.
Yes, of course. We'll get right on that. That would be an excellent idea. Why did no one think of that before?
That will be 5 gold for my idea.
Well, now,
Our idea.
tell you what, do a job and I'll do the job well, and I'll give you that 5 gold.
On top of what would already be given?
I think.
We're changing the deal to additional. I was just going to give you the 5 gold.
No.
I see on top of. Yes, of course, that would probably be fair.
Fair.
Information does not come cheap, sir.
Of course. So,
Can we go?
oh yes, you can proceed in. Yes, please. So you walk on in, you open it up, and it's a beautiful place. Very fine chairs, nice decorating. You can tell the ceiling is even made in such a way so that the acoustics are very well done here. And you see the giant chandelier and easily find the wand to light it up if you need to. And, there's the rows and rows of seats. There's the stage up ahead of you.
Rox will start doing a ritual casting of Detect Magic.
Okay. While Rox is doing that, what does everyone else want to do?
I'm definitely trying to. I'm definitely trying to ensure the best seat for myself at first before I do any actual investigation.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
All right. Oh, whopping 7.
Whopping 7. Okay. You look around at the acoustics and everything and where the ceiling is, and you think you found a pretty good seat.
Excellent. I will leave some of my things there and make sure it's good to go and ready for my kind. Yeah.
All right.
And then I want to join the rest of the group and very specifically, just doing some general investigation, like kind of fanning out, checking the place out, sort of action. I don't know if that's what everyone else wants to do, but.
Okay, Rox, your detect magic has gone off. Right now, the only thing you're picking up is the wand that controls the chandelier.
Okay, and he would be like walking up and down the aisles and then trying to maybe go backstage if we have access to see if there's anything like.
Going backstage, you do find random bits of equipment that have been damaged, and ropes that look frayed, padding. It almost looks like something might have been trying to sleep here at one point, as things are arranged in sort of a bed, maybe.
Oh, it's like, hey, gang, I think they might have some sort of an infestation problem. Something was trying to sleep here and maybe trying to sabotage the show.
Like vermin.
Potentially a big vermin.
That not be where the ghost sleeps?
I don't think they sleep, Kane.
He said he sleeps.
Oh, well, maybe that's by choice. I don't imagine it's a requirement.
This is his place, right? I don't know if he would sleep on the stage.
True.
Can I take a closer look at the ropes to see if they're frayed by age and decay or if they're purposely sliced?
Sure. Do an investigation check.
Okay.
Simultaneously, could I also make a knowledge nature check to try and see if there is any traces of a specific animal, like patterns of the way an animal's nests or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. I did.
So,
So-
Molly?
19 for investigation on the ropes.
These have been chewed on.
Okay. Mhm.
Everest?
An 18 knowledge nature.
18 knowledge nature. It's not really an animal per se. It might be some sort of small humanoidish creature.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, I have pretty much a bunch of knowledges though. Like, would, eh, nah. I mean, I guess Arcana would be the only other end I could think of. Maybe rolling and seeing if that helps, but I guess not unless it's like a magical creature.
You're not really detecting anything magical about anything
Gotcha.
back here yet. So,
I got you. Okay. All right. Well,
yeah,
now take that.
Rox's spell isn't picking up anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
What do you guys got?
The ropes are chewed. I guess you could be sabotaging them purposely by chewing on them, but there are easier ways. But it's by like a creature.
Something that seems to be a humanoid as well. I don't believe it's one of the more common ancestries that walk these streets, but something less derived and more destructive, possibly.
Perhaps. This is all very odd.
What do the ropes go to? Are they like, do they go to like the sandbags or the curtain or?
No,
Scab.
some of it seems to be extra rope. There's some that go to the curtain that are kind of chewed on, but this just seems to be rope back here for whatever purpose they may need it.
Huh. I feel like maybe this is more of a nesting thing and not a sabotage thing.
I believe you may be correct here.
Should we look around for more nests that look like this in case there's more than one?
Yeah, that or poop. I don't know. Things leave around poop, I think.
Disgusting.
And
Sorry.
Rox, it's not hard, but you do find what you're looking for.
He'll pick it up. It's like, look at it. Huh. Can I do a nature check to see what kind of animal this would be?
Sure.
I definitely want to assist if that's possible in the examination.
Okay, you can do it at advantage. We'll consider this the help action.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a 14.
14. Small humanoidish creature.
Just as I guessed earlier, its poop is, sorry, its excrement is lining up with what I'd originally thought it was as well. I don't know. Possibly it could be a Darrow or something. One of those little subterranean monstrous things that we try to forget about.
Rox will just drop the poop and prestidigitation his hand to clean it off.
Excellent use of prestidigitation, my friend.
Thanks.
Are there any like claw marks in any of the surfaces leading to or from the nest that we could possibly track?
Give me let's do a perception check.
Okay.
Cue me up for a spell cast as well.
Okay.
I'd like to try and help Molly.
All right, Molly, roll at advantage.
Thank you. That's a total of 16.
16. You happen to follow some scratches that are just here and there on the wall, and they seem to lead to a stage door.
Well, never mind. I was going to cast Detect Secret Doors, so I don't know if it's still worth it. Do you guys think it's worth it? Maybe to look for other ones? I mean, it's just a first level spell.
Sure.
That's cute, yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'll cast Detect Secret Doors and just it's a 50-foot radius around me, and it I guess I will try to cast it in the most valuable location in the 50-foot range.
Okay, before you do that, so you don't waste the spell slot,
All right.
you do detect the trap door that's under the stage. They probably use for various things,
Gotcha,
people
okay.
coming up out of the floor and that.
All right, thank you.
And around the door with the scratches, you can tell that the frame of it seems to be slightly broken to a point where you can kind of get a tiny little hand in and possibly open it.
Is it normally like a locked door?
Yeah, it's a stage door. So normally a backstage door. So normally it's only going to open if you're inside, and it's going to shut full and lock, and there's no real handle on the outside.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I will cautiously slide my hand in and try to replicate how that's getting opened.
Yeah, you can't fit your hand in there, but it's easy enough to kind of figure out this what's happening.
Okay. So someone with either like smaller or something, their device is like pulling this thing open.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do that with? Do I have a crowbar?
Sure, you have a crowbar.
I was trying to look in my backpack. I don't remember which backpack I took. Yes, I do. Haha! I will pull that out of one of my very long pockets.
All right.
Like I knew I needed these for a reason. Stick it in, kind of quite a jimmy the door open.
Yeah, no problem. You do that.
Is it just darkness, like a small room, or does it lead back further into the theater?
It leads outside to an alley.
Oh, interesting. And it's currently empty of people, I imagine.
Yes.
Okay. Just kind of glance left and right and up for whatever reason, just in case, and then head back in.
Okay.
Just goes outside. Not much to see.
So perhaps we either need to try up where the lighting is or down below everything.
I wonder where Malcolm sleeps. He says he hears noises. Is there residence? Like, are there rooms like an apartment or offices somewhere?
There are offices, but there's no rooms or anything here.
Okay.
I vote down because heights, but I'm good for either.
Down works. We could try down first.
Down first, up second.
All right. So how are you getting below? Are you opening the trap door and just jumping down, or?
Yeah, probably.
One of us with dark vision could probably peek in first and see before we dive in head first, obviously.
I have superior dark vision.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm drow.
120.
You look around and yeah, it's just below the stage. There's nothing odd here that you can observe easily.
Is it just like a room, or is it like a series of rooms?
Yeah,
Is there
it's
doors?
it's kind of a small chamber, and there's kind of a crawl space and everything. It's enough where a person could go under it and then be raised up through
Mhm.
the trapdoor.
There is a crawl space and then a small space for a person, but it is not very interesting.
Well,
Unless you wish for someone to go crawling to the crawl space.
I volunteer myself to not do that, please.
Muted.
Thanks. I could, but not in these fancy clothes.
I've ruined everything.
This is true. Perhaps, could I do? And I have to look at the teeny tiny spells. Teeny tiny. It's so differently set up.
This might be a good spot if we want to set a trap later, and I can go down there at night.
It's a fantastic plan, sir.
That is a good idea. Let's do that.
And no offense, but your height is a bit more appropriate for the volume of the chamber.
Yeah, that's why I suggested it. You don't have to point it out.
My apologies.
While they're doing that, can I do a divine sense? I can sense any affected by the house spell, any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet. Just while I'm like poking my head down into this underground area.
You don't detect any of those things.
There is nothing that is dead but not dead down there, and I pull myself back up.
Sarissa, is there anything you'd like to do?
No, there's nothing I have that I can like try to do. So, no, I'll just wander upstairs.
Okay, you're going up into the catwalk, or
Yeah.
do you want to go out and up into the offices that are up there?
I'll go up to the catwalk first, and then I'll go out to the offices if there's nothing at the catwalk.
Okay. Yeah, you go up the catwalk. It's very clean actually up here too, and you see all the pulley systems, and you can kind of figure out what moves what, and there's little lanterns up here for lights and things like that, and you can all figure out how those are arranged and everything should you want to mess with any of that.
Probably not.
Are we able to do the Latour on the catwalk?
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will go out and go up to the offices.
Okay. There's 3 or 4 offices, and they appear to be offices. Nothing stands out anywhere or anything.
Molly will go with Sarissa and maybe ask the others who stay behind to make noise, not like super noise, but just noise in where that nest was found, to see where we can hear it, to see if like that's where the sound is coming from or if it's coming from another source.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'll head to the nest.
Okay. Yes, Everest.
Oh, sorry. No, my hands just
Oh, okay.
just hanging out in this zone. I'll put it down.
No worries. So, Kane, you head over. You give him appropriate time, and what do you do to make noise?
General for at the start, in general, like moving around things, like without being careful to disguise what I'm doing. And then after a little while, just like bang lightly on the walls or the floor, just like heavier footsteps, maybe knock something that won't break over just to see if it carries.
Okay. Back up in the offices, when something large is knocked over, you very faintly hear it. Sounds like you could, if you had a whole production here, you'd probably hear it muffled through these walls. You could probably still get some work done while there's a performance going on.
Okay. Wakes him up at 2 a.m, and I presume he would be somewhere like this at that time. No?
I would think, but the only place we've seen that looks at all lived in, really, is the space on the stage.
While we're up in the office area, can I look for anything like little secret panels or ways to move from upper theater to lower theater, just in case, because it's an old building?
Right. There's just like a safety stairwell out in case of a fire or whatever, but beyond that, everything appears normal.
Okay, but I couldn't look for like hidden doors, things like that?
You don't see any here.
Okay. Should I double back to talk to Malcolm about the noises? Okay. Go try to find the ghost with the most. See what he's up to.
All right. You see Malcolm, and he's just still standing there, looking out and observing the crowds that pass by. Rather pleasant.
Mr. Prisonbright, query.
Yes.
Number one, are you familiar with a nest on your stage? And I kind of describe the area.
No. That's where we keep some ropes and things, but no nest. The production doesn't call for a nest. Why would we have a nest?
I don't know. We weren't sure if that was where you slept.
No, why would I sleep backstage? That's odd. Especially for a ghost.
That just leads to query number two. Where do you sleep that you hear these noises?
Well, here, sort of, in a way. I just am not completely visible.
So when he says here, does he mean out on the front porch? Like, where is he? What's this location that we're at right now?
He noticed the look of confusion on your face. He's like, here, right here. I just vanish and I'm sleeping.
But you hear sound from in the theater.
Oh, yes, of course. I can still hear my theater, yes.
How far can you go and still hear your theater?
Well, I can go anywhere in the bounds of the theater. But here, the stage, depending on the volume of the production and the audience,
So by your best guess, where would the sounds be coming from? You must know the theater very well by now.
Oh, it's definitely coming from the stage area somewhere. Like I said, I go around, I don't see anything. So.
Look at
Except
Sarissa.
occasionally.
Sorry?
Except occasionally, I think I see something out of the corner of my eye, but by the time I get a full look at whatever it is gone.
All right.
Have you ever had a problem with pests at this theater?
Pests? No, no. We would know if it was rats or something like that. We have very excellent people to take care of those things.
I don't mean
No, this is
rats.
something different.
All right. Do you normally lock your stage door?
Of course, it always locks.
Why does it go to an alley with no handle on the inside? What is its purpose?
Oh, so people can't just come in the back way.
But there's a handle to the alley, but not from the stage?
No, there's a handle inside. Then you go out, it opens up into the alley. And then if you step into the alley, it closes and remains shut.
I think I misunderstood earlier how the door was described. Okay. Okay. That makes sense. Anything, Sarissa?
It appears something has been coming in and sleeping in your stage.
Oh, well, that's what you're here to take care of. So, get on that. Good job.
So we could stay here overnight?
Yes, if you wish, sure. If it gets the job done, that's all I care.
Whatever it is not there now. So our best bet is to lay in wait.
What time is the production?
Oh, the production is in 2 weeks.
Oh, dear, I thought it was today.
No, we're setting up for it. The sets are being built, like I said earlier.
Could we get a bit of a rehearsal demonstration then? I'm just excited.
Oh, that's next week. Open rehearsals, come in.
Well, suppose I'll have to find other ways to entertain myself then. I'm going to start ritual casting Unseen Servant.
Okay.
So that way I can have somebody to wait hand and foot on me when I need them for the next hour.
Okay, you do that. Does anyone want to do anything else, or are you all just kind of camping out and finding spots to go to?
I'd like to, for a moment, drop down into the space in that trapdoor and just do a really quick investigation check to see if there's anything that I see when I'm actually down there.
Okay. You go down and start looking. Go for it.
That is a 17.
17. Yeah, it's crawl space. It's there's a little dust in the place you can kind of crawl around in, but you can follow it back to where there's kind of a green room in the back where people can kind of fit in from there and then crawl. It's kind of ridiculously complicated, but it gets you to the stage so you can pop up out of the stage.
Pop out like a Jack in the Box and see if I can scare any of my teammates.
Okay.
Ah! Ha-ha!
Kane, you're
It is
ridiculous.
It is only me.
Molly does like a slow blink. She's like, you had startled me, and then kind of keeps walking.
This is good. So are we staying for a while to see what happens then?
I think that might be best. I need to get out of these clothes. Yeah.
So do I. I come to realize quite late, but it shall be done. And I pop out all the way.
Can we go backstage and use, I assume there's like a cast changing area?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, take off the fancy dress and shove it back in my bag and put on. Well, I was wearing my gear under it anyway because I don't care. But
I think Rox would have been up on the catwalk trying to learn the system of things, and he will leave Doggett up there, the weasel, as kind of like a sentry.
Okay.
And I'll say to the group, let's go get some ramen. We got a couple hours, right? I'm hungry.
we could have time for a snack. Maybe we'll set a trap in case. We have so much rope. Can I set up like I think it's like just considered like a basic snare trap where you would, if you step in it, you get pulled up. Yeah.
Sure. Sleight of hand to see how good you can make this.
Okay.
Where are you setting it?
I'd like to put it like, because the nest is kind of a mishmash of rope already, I'm going to put it where it looks like something nestles and try to get it there.
Okay.
Just in case. And yeah, then we should come back after lunch and hide.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do in the space before you have some dinner or anything like that?
Could I also take like, maybe there's got to be like old like pamphlets or flyers from previous shows, or maybe even advertising, Annie, get your wand, and kind of put it in the space where that door would open. So if someone opens it from the outside while we're gone, the paper will have fallen and I can kind of see.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
fine.
So I'll rig the door as well.
Okay.
Rox will just call up to Doggett. If you see anything, let me know.
Doggett nods excitedly and chitters at you in your little language you got worked out with him. Is there anything anyone else wants to do? Otherwise, this might be a good point to take a break and come back and see what happens with everything at night.
I think that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Alrighty. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Woo!
Welcome back to Impact RPG, and this is Waterdeep is Falling. Currently, our group is hiding out in a stage area, waiting for something that has apparently been bothering the owner of the theater for at least a day or two. And they were getting through telling me where exactly they all were. So I believe, Kane, you were hiding under seats, is that correct? Okay. And Sarissa, you were probably stage left, stage right, one of those off on the side. Okay. And some time passes, and everyone can give me a perception check.
15.
15.
Rox.
Okay. Sarissa?
17.
17. Kane?
Big fat 2.
2. All right. Everest?
16.
16. Molly?
17 for Molly.
17. Okay. Above a 15. Kane, I don't know, something's fascinating about this floor. I'm not sure what, but, like a wrapper.
They do not have carpets like this back at home.
Exactly. And, but you all kind of hear a scratch at that door that it is creaking open. And as you wait, you see 3 small figures come in the dark of the night. And they're kind of chittering at each other, speaking like, "Yeah, that was great. Yeah, we need to do that again. Yeah, yeah, that was a lot of fun. We should go more often. Yeah, yeah. Hey, look, piles of stuff are still here. They didn't disrupt anything. Cool. All right." And they all kind of spread out a little bit and start looking around for things.
Does one of them step in my snare?
You see one headed over there, so one hasn't gone into the snare quite yet. But there's anything you want to do in this moment, so.
I'm going to move forward a little bit, just so that, because I know where the snare should send it up. So I want to
Okay.
get a little closer so I can grab it right away.
Do a stealth check to move without being heard by these things.
Okie dokie.
Rox will be finishing up his boba tea.
That's a 21.
Excellent. Okay. Roxy, you almost slurp a little too loud on your tea, but nothing to disrupt Molly or cause any attention. So to break from what they're doing, Molly, you successfully sneak over to where you're at, or where you wanted to be. Sorry, where you're at. That doesn't make sense. Where you wanted to be. Yeah, so in a moment, one goes up to its little, seems to grab something and is looking at it. There's a hammer left over. It finds and is like, "Oh," and it kind of walks over to where it is, and it is sort of pushes your rope aside a bit and on the snare, and it's like, "This seems odd," and just kind of moves it out of the way.
Silently very disappointed.
Rox will like slowly come up from the trapdoor, like Pennywise in the sewer. And how close are these creatures? Are they like together, apart?
They are about 10 feet apart from each other, just at various points in the stage area.
Yeah, it will cast web and try to catch 2 of them, or all of them if possible. But
Sure
probably
thing.
just.
What do I need to do?
I believe that's a dex save of like 12. Excuse me.
Just as Rox is raising up, Everest is raising down in between the seats to hide for a moment, to wait until things go in full gear before he springs into action and saves everyone.
Okay, your spell goes off, and unfortunately I rolled a 17 and a 13. So they avoid it, but now they're looking around for everything, and they kind of pull out little spears from their backs and start looking. What do you do?
If they start to move away, like out towards the center of the stage from their nest, I think Molly would try to grab a rope and come down to try to snag one, like the one that's in the back.
Okay, they do notice rocks because they're just peering out, and one points with the spear, "Hey, over here!" And they start going. And as one goes away, Molly, you can give me a acrobatics check to swing down the rope fancy like.
Nice.
Cue me up for a spell as well.
It's total for 18 on acrobatics.
All right, so describe this beautiful looking trick.
Well, I assume they've got rigging for things to come up and down. So she hooks her foot into the rope and just pulls herself down as a bag goes up, and she just like lands almost silently right behind this creature, and then like one hand over the mouth or muzzle, and then the other has her dagger, and she just pulls it back.
Okay, you hear it. As that happens, Everest, what are you doing?
One of the ones that are charging towards my my good friend Rox, I would like whichever one is closest. I would like to cast Are they within 30 feet? That's a good question. Initial.
You would have to get closer since you're in a seat
Okay.
that you thought was really good.
Okay, I want to use Misty Step to teleport up high in the balcony, or if is where I'm within range. Is that
Yep, you
kind
can
of in
get
the
to a
same-
balcony.
All right, I'm just bling, and I leave behind a lavender scented glittery smoke in the seat where I was, and I reappear on the balcony, and I want to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Is that a wait? Hold on, is that Misty Step thing a bonus action?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I can do this then. Yeah. All right. Tasha's Hideous Laughter then. Whichever one is up front with the spear. They must make a wisdom saving throw of 12 or fall prone and become incapacitated, unable to stand up because they're
Okay,
laughing so
I'm
much.
sorry, a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, a wisdom saving throw.
Okay,
DC 12.
DC 12. Well, even with their low wisdom, I still got a 16. So they start smiling like, and they one rushes towards rocks and is going to try to stick you.
No.
Anyone else want to try to interrupt this action? Kane, Sarissa, you haven't gone yet?
Do I know? So I notice all this now?
No, you hear noises, so you probably peek up from behind the seat to see Everest not where he was sitting, and you see you have the great dark vision, so of course you see what's going up on stage.
Okay, in that case, I would like to cast.
And you're at least 60 feet away, so.
No, I'm not gonna cast anything then because, goodness gracious, this PDF is weird. I'm going to take my glaive and just throw it like in front of this thing to try and cut it off from going to rocks.
All right, make a
Like I'm
attack
not
roll.
trying to connect. I'm just trying to scare it.
Okay, just make an attack roll and we'll see where it lands.
It's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Okay, so do you want to describe how this fancy flies through the air and lands right in front of the kobold? And these are kobolds, you can easily tell.
Yeah. Kane sees that they're going towards rocks, and rocks, like, I imagine looks like, oh no, poking out of the trapdoor. So they just kind of pop up, set aside the umbrella, take out the trusty glaive, and throw it like they would a spear. And it just goes like an inch in front of the kobold's face and then just sticks out of the wall. And
Excellent.
goes, not a step closer.
And it stops, it drops its weapon. It's like, ah! And Sarissa, is there anything you want to do?
Yeah, I will. Am I at least 30 feet from them?
Yes, you are up on stage, so you are not that
Okay.
far from them.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and Misty Step behind one and try to grab it.
Okay, make sorry, I'm losing it. Make an athletics check. Try to grab.
Okay. $17.
Yeah, easy enough. You have one, so one is stopped and two are grabbed, and they're kind of struggling against you. But
Okay.
the other one's like, "Where'd my friends go? We're not bothering anyone."
You're not supposed to be here.
Well, we can't be in our home, so we're here.
That's not the way it works.
Why can't you be in your home?
Something big chased us away.
If you did not buy a ticket, then you do not belong here, you pathetic excuse for a lizard.
And it looks kind of hurt at this point, like, oh, how dare.
Everest, Don't be mean.
Well, they've interrupted our man's original production schedule.
Too far, Everest, too far.
Where
Right.
is your home normally?
We have a nice place in the sewers. Great.
I think at this point, Kane would walk up and like collect their glaive and just kind of tilt their head. When you say something big, do you mean big compared to you as in big like I am big? Or would I also look at this and think, oh no?
Oh, it's at least this tall. And the kobold like jumps up and it has its hand above its head and like that tall.
I put my hand there. Where does that measure up to me?
About the same size as you.
It is me-sized. Things that are me-sized are dangerous. I know because I am dangerous.
Does this creature walk on 2 legs like Kane does? Or like multiple limbs? I don't know. I'll kind of
2
ease up
legs.
on the one I'm holding. 2
2 legs. Yeah. Lots of arms going on. Lots of arms. Lots of arms.
You said lots of arms?
Does that sound like anything Kane might recognize due to religion? Due to
give me
paladin
a-
training of evil things?
Yeah, give me a religion check and we'll see what happens.
Can Rox give this creature a pen and paper to try to draw it?
Sure.
It's an 18.
There was a story of the only thing that comes to mind is a story you heard of someone fending off, but this was a larger creature, almost like a gorilla with 4 arms, and this doesn't quite sound like that, but that's really the only 4-arm thing that comes to mind. It was an old story of a hero trying to battle this thing and get rid of it.
I know what this is IRL, but can I roll to see if Everest does?
Sure.
With knowledge arcana or knowledge history, or what would you?
History.
History. All right. It's 22.
Okay, and roll Arcana.
All right, I'll do both. 16 arcana.
16. Okay. He does the drawing that Rox requested, and it's kind of a stick figure, but it looks to be, to your best abilities, some type of almost like a mole, but it has 4 arms and.
Oh, okay. Maybe I don't know what it is in real life. Anyway, all right. Well, I relay that very basic, vague information as if it's useful.
And yeah, even with those high rolls, you really haven't heard of something like this.
Must have come out of a wizard's lab.
Perhaps if we go to where the kobolds live and get rid of this intruder, then the kobolds can go home and the theater will be fine.
Yes,
That
I
sounds like a
suppose.
marvelous idea.
Plus, this thing has lots of arms. That means it's going to have more chances for target practice.
I like practice.
Molly agrees. Molly agrees.
These kobolds, they're vermin. Right? How do we know we can trust them?
Not vermin.
Perhaps to them you are vermin.
I'll give you some of my chewing gum in exchange. And he takes a piece of gum out of his
Oh,
mouth and hands it to you.
Keep that away from me. Put it back in your
It's a
disgusting
promise.
mouth.
It's a promise. Here. And he just wipes it on here.
Oh, this is exactly why I don't like kobolds. Every time I encounter one, they do
promise.
something disgusting around me.
So if I pull that little kobold head closer again, if we clear out this many-armed creature, will you return to the sewers and leave the theater alone?
Yeah, he made a promise with the chewing gum.
Oh,
We honored the
see.
chewing gum.
We honor it.
It's very wise.
Can I please insight check the honor of the chewing gum just because I want to know?
Sure.
I need to know if this is true honor or just falsehood.
It's a 17.
17. The chewing gum seemed unnecessary, but it's definitely a promise.
Kane fully believes that chewing gum is sacred to kobolds now.
Rox will give the kobold who rubbed a little gum on Everest a piece of jerky.
Like,
Just
and he just starts tearing into it, ignoring anything else going on.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to get the gum off of me, like scraping it off with my knife.
Give me a dexterity check. Let's make it, athletics as you're trying to carefully get it off with your knife.
Perfect.
Hey, Everest, I could help you out with that for a couple gold.
I'm not paying for your services. 10 total.
10. All right. You kind of loosen some of the threads, but you do get it off, and it's just sort of stuck on the tip of your dagger right now.
And I'm gonna just, I don't know, find a trash can as
Okay.
quickly as possible.
Fine.
Just smear it onto the inside. Pour a little water on my dagger to clean it afterwards.
All right. So the kobold kind of tells you the nearest sewer grate to go in.
We're going to the sewers.
That's where the job is. We have to go.
All right, well, I'm going to go into my side pouch I distinctly remember saying I had and put my leather armor on and take off some of my more frilly linens.
Sure thing. Are you doing this in front of everyone or going to the backstage area?
I'm not getting naked. I'm just taking off like some outer layers. I've
Right.
got a shirt on, and it's not a shirtless party. I had one of those in a game recently, but it's not this one.
Kane will totally just like start leaving.
Yeah, Rox will follow Kane, staying in his suit.
All right. So you all head out the back door. You find the sewer grate. Yeah, you open it up pretty easy, and you can go down in.
Really quickly before we leave, Molly deactivates the stair trap just because.
Oh, okay.
Smart move.
Some innocent soul. Whoop.
Right.
Kane will pop on mage armor before he jumps down into the hole, and they'll do it like a la like Ninja Turtles, and just like jump in like cross his arms.
Excellent. So you go down in, and you definitely splash in whatever muck water is down in there, and little splashes up. There you go. Everyone else just headed down or doing extra prep? Oh, Rox, go ahead.
I was gonna say, come on in, the water's fine.
Ugh.
That is a concerning statement, but I jump in anyway.
All right.
Sarissa will hitch her skirts up so that they don't get in the water.
Was there like a little ladder built in, like the side? Like
Yes, there is a ladder built in.
Yeah, Molly just slowly climbs down the ladder and looks at everyone like now chest deep in the sewage water, like, okay, and just sort of walks along the walkway.
Yeah, Sarissa will also like actually climb down.
Yeah. Everest, are you holding your breath? And
oh, for sure. I've got my scarf wrapped around my face at this point.
All right. So you go down and the tunnel extends to the west and to the east. Kobold told you want to head to the west. And And as you proceed down, everyone can give me a perception check.
Ooh. Uh, 22 total, but a nat 20 though. Result, if that
Okay.
makes any difference on
I got a nat 1.
it.
We have here the two sides of the spectrum,
Yin and yang.
and I have a -1 modifier.
All right.
Even better.
Yeah, I got a 7, so not great.
So, Kane, Rox, you're kind of looking over yourselves in your new filthy states, and the smells and everything are just sort of disrupting your lives for the moment. Let's see here. Everest, you got a 21? Is that
22 total.
22? Yeah, you see a tiny symbol drawn on the wall in yellow chalk. It's about palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from its circumference.
Well, we have some elaborate symbolism here. Kind of a strange place for it.
And you can give me a history check on it.
All right. This is my specialty, quite literally. 16 total.
All right. You know, this is a marking that the Xanathars Guild uses to kind of denote its space.
Well, we need to be extra careful. The underbelly of the city has control over this area.
Molly also rolled a natural 20, but he already saw it. But so would I recognize given my other
Yes.
profession? Yeah.
Yep. No problem. Yeah.
Okay. Is it like a warning symbol? Is it just their symbol that says this is our turf, or is it like dangerous? Like, is there any thieves' cant to go with it?
No, it's just a marking to say, hey, this way, if you're part of us, this is where you're going to wind up being okay, or, you know, just a marking to denote territory, kind of.
Okay. If it's all right with everyone, maybe I should go slightly ahead.
Oh, by all means.
Okay. And I will cautiously proceed forward since.
Do you need a bodyguard?
Before you head forward, I would say I've actually been working on a few tricks while holed up in my room. I believe I may be able to make you completely unable to be seen by the eye. So let me know if you ever need that.
Can you do this all the time?
No, just a couple of times a day at the most.
You are truly amazing.
Oh, thank you. I do agree.
I give him like a longer considering look. She almost asked for being invisible. I was like, no. And then, not now. And continues.
All right, Molly, give me a stealth check as you proceed a little slightly ahead of the group.
Sorry, I did not unmute myself. That is 19.
19. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you go ahead a little bit. Is everyone just kind of falling behind, or anyone else want to prepare anything? Nope, we're good. Okay. Oh, yes.
No, I mean, if there was like a
okay.
ledge, Rox would probably climb up on that, so he's not just like wading through the sewer.
Right. Okay. Excellent.
I will. Well, do we have 10 minutes?
No, I mean you're kind of moving at the same
I
time.
got you.
If you want to stop and
Yeah.
yes, but
would it be possible if I were to cast something? It'd take about 10 minutes before we continue forward. Just a small break.
I guess I could scout up a little bit and look for any preliminary traps without leaving my friends too far behind.
Okay.
We'll just come back.
I just wanted to ritual cast detect secret doors, so I could have it going while we're since I'm around that symbol. Basically, I just wanted to just do like a ritual cast detect secret doors, just because that symbol specifically kind of.
all right.
I want to inspect it a little further.
How long does that last?
It's just an instantaneous, like 50-foot radius. Like,
50 foot?
are there any secret doors around me? Basically, I'm not gonna do it often. I just wanted to do it around this symbol.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing right here.
Okay, got it. Okay, sorry to slow things down.
No problem.
All right, continue.
Molly, give me a perception check as you went ahead a little bit.
Perception is a unnatural 20.
Natural 20. Wow. Okay.
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh.
It's just a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Still amazingly high and good enough. You do see a little trap, and it's not very complex. It's probably one the kobolds set up, and so they weren't very smart about it, but you think you can figure it out how it works if you want to try to disarm it with a sleight of hand.
Yeah, I think so. I know that Everest is busy, and I probably have a little bit of time, so I'll stop and disarm it.
Okay.
Hopefully, we'll find out.
I imagine my ritual is just me like tuning my lyre and saying a few things in Elvish.
16 plus 5, 21.
Yeah. So you easily undo it, and it seems to be a combination of like a spike and a snare that would come out at you, and yeah, it'd be kind of uncomfortable to get a spike in the chest and be caught in by your foot be caught in a rope.
Yeah. Like all I was going to do is snare, spike. Interesting. I'll just kind of take it.
Right. And you proceed on, and eventually you all sort of group back up after Everest is done, and the kobold's instructions. You go to an area, and it's you kind of travel west for a ways, and then you go north a bit, and finally there's an area to the east which seems to be flat stone almost that the kobolds had described as probably some old maintenance area where maybe they set things or something like that. And Molly, since you're first up on it, give me another stealth check.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 14 total.
14 total, huh? All right. Yeah, you're good. You see before you a creature, kind of what you're getting a hint of. It's like a mole, but it has 4 arms, and it's about cane sized, and it seems to be sniffing around looking for food and or whatever it can find, gnawing on bits and bobs.
I will kind of circle back and quietly explain it to my group. What's up ahead? So we can maybe try to get into position. I'll try to move deeper into the room after I do that and hide.
Okay.
How do we want to approach this?
As with most animals, bait is usually a good place to start.
Oh, did we want to talk to it? I thought we were just gonna.
Well, I was wondering if we were like talking to it, chasing it off, killing it and skinning it. I don't know.
I do not believe this is a creature of intelligence, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Attempt communication. But we should be ready for violent confrontation if the thing is desperately hungry.
I really don't want to see whatever chased this thing out of its home, so maybe let's just deal with this.
If you want to try to talk to it, I could hide and lay in wait, and if it aggressively approaches you, we will know what to do.
That's fair.
Do you want to use invisibility at this stage? Because it's only an hour, or it lasts an hour. I mean, not only an hour. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, of course. I've got only 1 level 2 spell, and I have 2 slots. So, all right. So yeah, I'm gonna cast it in as quietly as possible. Invisibility on Molly.
Sure thing.
I've got an idea, and Rox will do my minor illusion of a little kobold and just kind of like send it down the hallway towards the creature.
All right. You make any noise with it or anything like that, or
Rox will maybe
did you
like,
just?
do like some chittering himself and try to like throw his voice.
All right, roll a performance check.
Ooh, that's a 19.
Okay. This thing looks and it kind of goes after the kobold and displays its arms like.
Well, I guess this thing's not friendly.
I told you.
Is it like attacking or trying to scare the kobold?
It's trying to make itself look bigger by extending its arms and just trying to scare it off. But since it's a minor illusion, just walking in front of it, it's still. And
It kind of looks scared of the fake.
Yes, this is a defense mechanism that animals are typically aren't predators display. Perhaps we scare it ourselves?
Yes. Let's try and scare it.
All right, let's... does it... Can I... I don't know. I could try and casting Tasha's Hideous Laughter on it to make it giggle a bunch, and maybe, but I think it probably has an intelligence score of 4 or less, so I don't know. I don't know if it's worth a try. I don't know. Do you all have anything that might disable it for a moment?
I could just try and be scary.
Paladin.
I can cast suggestion and tell it to leave.
I like that.
I will... Molly, if this thing does attack me, please be ready.
Molly can see your lips moving from like the far side of the room. She's already gone. Sorry.
Kane would be willing to hold an action that if it attacks Sarissa, they'll throw their glaive again.
Okay.
Yeah. I assume that like my position is in between my friends and the creature.
Yeah.
So that I could do what I discussed earlier by...
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I would like to ready an action to run up and hit Cure Wounds on on Sarissa if she gets just walloped by this thing.
All right. Sarissa, tell me about suggestion.
So, oh dear. You suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two and magically influence a creature you can see within range, which is up to 30 feet.
Okay. And what save do I need to make?
Wisdom of 12.
Of 12. Okay. And
so I will go ahead and cast that.
All right. So I got a 19. So it just looks at you and like, ah! And it tries to scare you away too with its arm. Like, ah!
I'm not running.
It just keeps it up and looks at you.
At this point, can I like try and stomp up behind Sarissa and just look big and menacing and like scream at it, trying to scare it away?
Sure. Roll intimidation.
Let's do this.
Can I play like some really intense drum beat while she's doing that?
Make the roll at advantage.
That's brilliant.
I just have like a small like doom back or something. I whip it around.
So I rolled 2 nat 20.
Wow. Excellent.
That's crazy.
All right. So describe this epic moment as drums beat behind you.
Kane kind of stalks up behind Sarissa, like protecting effectively and just makes themselves look as big as they can and stares this thing dead in the eye. And they're also gonna use fairy fire, I think it is. I have a light spell that came from me being a drow. Dancing lights. I'm gonna use that, and then I'm just gonna scream at this thing like Hulk style.
All right, this thing freaks out. Now, who is near it? Just Molly? Are you okay? It freaks out. And it instantly dives into the ground using its big, massive arms to dig. And but something goes wrong, and it hits something, and the floor beneath it gives away. Molly, I need you to make a dexterity or a acrobatics check. Yes.
Okay, acrobatics.
Yep. To get out of the way as
Sorry.
this thing is suddenly in free fall.
Molly's still invisible, so we have no idea that she's in peril, right?
Yeah. 17.
17. You get out of the way. The floor gives way, and this thing goes down, and you hear kind of a sploosh. And it's weird. It's not like a water splash, but it hit something kind of liquidy. And it's dark below where it went down.
Oh.
Can I peek?
Can I see it?
Molly, you
Can I
don't
get
have
closer?
dark vision or anything, or
Not if I don't. I mean, how far down is it, I guess?
it's quite a ways down.
Oh. Then I probably wouldn't be able to see it that far. No.
Kane, yes, with your dark vision, and because you did roll 2 20s, which is unusual, we'll let you go. You see it. There seems to be this black reddish ooze that's sort of on some of it as it's kind of crawling away from this stuff. But it's quite a bit far. It's quite a ways down.
There's weird stuff.
Down in the hole, there's weird stuff?
Yes.
You hear from nowhere?
Wait, that was alarming, Molly. Are you a ghost now?
No, it's just an effect. Trick of the eye.
That's fun. Like the stuff that Everest puts in his hair, but not clear.
What are you saying? No, my hair is what? There's. I'm not going to reward that with a response.
Red and black.
Better elaborate. Is it eating the mole, or is it just?
I have no idea. I'm gonna stare again.
I'm gonna peek in with my inferior dark vision and see if I can find anything.
You can't quite see that far down. It's a definite just drop. There's drop into darkness. This ooze-like substance has a leg on it and is like trying to pull at it. It's digging in with its claws, trying to get away.
There is goo that is trying to eat the mole.
Oh, that is an ooze creature. Yes, it's. I don't believe the mole's going to make it, and we have way worse problems than just the mole now.
That is sad. We tried. How do we kill that?
Well, I'm just going to assume that Everest has basic enough knowledge to know that ooze creatures exist, but I'm not going to assume anything else about what he knows about ooze creatures. So if you want me to roll something, I can roll something. I guess.
Right. Oh, you weren't on the last adventure, right? So yeah, you can roll a history check.
History, all right. Good at that. Ooh, 23. Yeah,
23.
Yeah.
You for sure know this is outside your experience of stories. There was kind of an old legend about this sort of ooze that dissolves things and it kind of creeps around, and it comes from a source. And a long time ago, some of the land was cursed with it, and it just came out and is connected to a demon. And
Yes, there are some very strange tales involving something like this, all very dangerous and scary. So I don't know if this is within the inspector's realm of expertise. If you want to proceed forward, and I'm all for it, but again, with caution.
I
Should
think
I-
this. Oh,
Go ahead, Rox.
Well, I think this is definitely something we should check out. If it's living under the city, it could come up into our house, our warehouse.
Should we not maybe get someone, I don't know, better equipped?
Do we know anyone?
I mean, there's the city guard.
I
This
feel
is
like we're more
the
equipped
city.
than the city guard for something that's weird.
Quite possible, yes.
They do crime.
Can you move your light down further? Did you say you're doing something drow lights?
Dancing lights. Yeah. Can I try and shift that down further as far as I can to show everybody else what I'm seeing? I totally forgot. Thank you, Molly.
Sure, yeah. And as you do that and light up the area, you notice whatever this ooze thing is kind of vein-like spreading out into it and almost trying to join up with it as it kind of covers it slowly in this black veiny goo. And
Oh, that's horrifying.
I don't think the thing is going to make it, nor do I think all of us would make it if we tried to tend with it. But I don't know, maybe I'm just a pessimist.
Now that I can see it, I don't know what it is and I don't want to get close. Can I draw my short bow and try to shoot this thing while still invisible? Because I can actually get a beat on it now.
yeah, go for it.
Okay.
How far down is it?
Yeah, that's a good point. It would be at disadvantage.
It's more than 80 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Disadvantage. But I'm invisible, so it doesn't know that I'm there. So is it straight?
Oh, yep,
Or-
yep. Yeah, just make it straight. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Okay. Just curious. So that would be a 17 total to hit.
17. All right, you plink an arrow into it, and it just and screams. You can roll damage on that as well.
The mole creature or the ooze?
The mole creature.
Oh no, I wanted to like shoot the ooze to help get the mole creature out.
It goes into the ooze. You definitely hit the ooze, and it just kind of dissolves on in. But you know you definitely hit.
Well, now I'm visible. I don't recommend we engage. Just like staring down, watching the arrow, like.
This was the advice I provided just a moment ago, but yes, thanks for proving it for me.
Well,
we are scientists.
She gave us more information.
This thing's still pretty far away, and he'll try to blast it with Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Oops, 11.
11. That misses. Unfortunately, you go for it, and it just you hit some of the ooze, but it just seems to absorb into the mass that's there.
Huh.
This is bad. What could it be?
As you're all staring at it and seeing it, the ooze is just seemingly to infect this thing more, and it's almost starting to grow, and little pseudopods are coming out of its shoulders now of ooze as it goes into its eyes and everything, and it's starting to rise back up.
Take a shot at the mole and try to put it down. Yeah.
I'm just frantically writing all of this down.
Now it's
providing no
disadvantage.
assistance.
Oh golly, that's not great, is it?
Oh no.
It's a total of 8.
Oh gee,
that's a miss. It goes right into the ooze and just dissolves.
Yeah. Kill that mole.
Could I try my spear? Spear? Words.
Yeah, go for it.
Disadvantage. Farewell, spear that stabbed me. We had a good run. Okay, so even with disadvantage, it's a 17.
That will hit.
Okay, so
Roll some damage.
Get big money from Kane tonight on those rolls.
this is gonna come back to haunt me. This is gonna come back to haunt me. I'm gonna start rolling ones real soon.
They're gonna use up all their luck.
Yup. That's gonna be 9 points of piercing damage with
9
the
points of
glaive.
damage.
With spear.
Spear. All right. You pierce it, and it sticks right in, and it shouts, and it screams, and it looks up at you. And now these pseudopods come out, and they stick to the walls, and it starts to climb up after you. And everyone can roll initiative.
This was the wrong move.
Why didn't we leave? Why?
We want us to put it down.
So
Hey, Leland,
20.
remember when you said I'd start rolling ones?
Oh yeah. Well,
God.
Okay. Rox has a 20. All right. Let's go with Molly.
19.
19. Okay. Sarissa.
Also 19.
Also, which one of you wants to go first?
She can go.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Kane.
2.
2. Excellent.
Like I said, my luck was running out.
And Everest.
I have a 20. I would like to go second to Rox, if that's okay with Rox. We both have the same
Right.
initiative. Okay. All right.
All right. Put you in. Okay. And then. So let's see here. Rox, you are first.
Rox will go ahead and do another ray of frost. And this thing is, I guess, probably still more than 60 feet away, or is it gaining ground?
It's gaining some ground, so it's probably it basically took its first turn coming up to you. So yeah, you can still hit it with the ray of frost. So
Okay. Nope. It's an 8.
nope. Okay. Yeah, that it just kind of goes into the ooze and the oozy parts of this thing now and misses, and it still wants to keep climbing. So now we have Everest.
All right. Let me. A creature. Though it need not understand you. Oh, here we go. My favorite. I get to finally use this 5e spell I've heard so much about. Your mother is a bowl of jello. And I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery at it. It must make a wisdom save DC 12 or take a D4 psychic damage and be at disadvantage on its next attack roll. Am I muted?
Sorry, I'm muted.
Oh,
I rolled
okay.
I rolled a 15. Did anything
What the
happen?
hell? No, nothing happened.
Okay.
Except that sweet insult really burned.
It kind of looks up at you, and now its eyes kind of focus on you, and it goes up more. Let's see, who is next? Molly.
Well, it's still too far, so I will try again to shoot it with the short bow.
Okay.
All right. Oh, that's better. 22.
That is a hit.
Great. That is a total of 6 piercing damage, possibly.
Okay. Yes, you hit it, and it screams at you. It still has Kane's spear in its shoulder, and now has an arrow kind of in the upper shoulder over here, and it's still climbing up after you.
How fast does it seem to move? Is it pretty quick?
Yeah, it's going. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to back away from the hole and try to find a place to hide so that if it gets to the top again, I have a chance to surprise it.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Okay. Oh, that's not great. Oh, that's 7.
Yeah, you're not really finding a place to hide. You know, you can kind of duck, but it's not going to really do anything doing that. Next, we have Sarissa.
Okay, I'm going to. How far did you say it was?
Right now, it has climbed up a ways. It's really, these pods have extended out quite far and just pushed it up. Within its next turn, it will be up on top of this hole and out.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. The only thing I really have within range right now. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Chill Touch.
Okay.
Okay, Ghostly Skeletal Hand. Make a ranged spell attack. Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right.
Whatever my modifier is.
So what's the damage on this?
1d8 necrotic.
28. Okay, so it was nat 20, so you get to roll your damage dice twice.
Okay. So 14.
14. All right. The ice goes over it, and it kind of cracks, and you've affected it, and some of it goes up on its face, and it looks kind of frostbitten, and it's still coming up. It is still alive though, and it's its turn as it comes up out of the hole now, and it looks over, and its eyes were on Everest as it came up.
Must have struck a nerve.
And it will attempt to try to throw two of these little pseudopods at you.
All right. Oh no.
Does a 13 hit?
Yes. Right on the money.
All right, and that was a 16. So as these hit you, you take a total of 12 points of acid damage as these.
I'm holding my drum in the air, just
Hit you.
screaming, ah! I don't want my drum getting any acid on it. 12, you say?
Yes.
All right.
And that's
I'm not so great.
it's go. King at the bottom of the round. We're finally to you.
Hello. So for my bonus action, I would like to cast Thunderous Smite. And then I'm going to attack this thing. And is there any way for me to flank it with anybody else? Is anyone else close enough or no?
Everest is pretty close. Molly isn't that far away. So yeah, I'll give it to you, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to try and flank it. And I'm going to pump a regular smite into it as well because Kane doesn't like this thing. So it's going to be smote.
All right.
Not smitten. That would be bad.
Double smote. Smote squared.
So
Smotified.
we got a 1 and a nat 20.
Smote City.
Something's going on here with these dice. It's slightly alarming.
So what were the both two rolls for? Oh, the advantage, right?
Yeah.
So you got a 20. Yay.
Nat 20 again.
All righty. Excellent.
All right. So
yeah,
this is
all
gonna...
damage dice is doubled, and just add your bonus damage after that. Wow.
This is gonna suck. I'm so sorry. Okay, and then that one is 2d8, which means it's gonna be 4d8. And then
How much damage is this?
I pumped 2 different smites into this, and it natted. So then everything's doubled. So it's 2d10s, 2d8, 4d8s, and 4d6s. But that total is going to be 37 points of damage, 11 of which is just piercing. The rest is divine and thunder.
Okay. Yeah. Describe how you take this thing down.
I just want to stab it, and then the thunder kind of makes it explode.
And
All right.
right at that time, Everett plays his drums at the same cadence. And pop goes the jello.
That's
Oh.
terrible.
You have this drum beat starting behind you, and before Everest says the words, you pierce right into it, and the thunder washes through you and into it, and it just splatters everywhere. And some of it falling, some of the goo coming washing over your party, little bits of acid going on. But yeah, it's you have smoten it. Yeah.
Well, that was eventful.
Rox will immediately start cleaning everyone up with prestidigitation, probably leaving Everest for last just because.
Just because you like watching me squirm the whole time. Yeah, I'm gonna heal myself too.
All right.
The level 2 cure wounds. I'm gonna go big on this because I took some serious damage. Yeah, I heal for.
Is everybody
14.
all right?
Yeah, I think we're good. Do we want to check down in that hole to see if there's anything else lurking?
I think the big one would still be down there. Maybe.
Was that not the big one?
I thought that was just a part of it. I don't know what's happening anymore. All I know is I meant to stab it to protect you guys because you are my friends, and then everything exploded.
Yes, it's dead. It's very much dead. But what is it about it? What you're saying? There might be another one.
It looked like it.
Oh.
Do we see it when we look down the hole?
If you have the lights down there, there's just the ooze kind of flowing out as veins, and it just keeps spreading out.
Yeah. So there is more.
A lot more.
Yes.
So
I don't want
this
to go down
point-
there.
No. I think at this point we go and get authorities and they come deal with this because this is not a good idea.
Yes, this very much seems like a job for sewage maintenance.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, possibly. What if this is sewage maintenance? This could be a way to clean up after the sewer. Well, I don't know.
That's
Something gone wrong?
terrifying.
I don't know. Could be an experiment gone wrong.
How big is this hole?
It's a creature easily fell down it, so it's a good 10 feet across.
Okay, Rox will pull off one of his patches that is an iron door and affix it in the hole.
All right, excellent. So now there's an iron door that perfectly aligns to the hole and just
That's awesome.
is there.
Perfect.
So I think this is it's just a band-aid, but it buys us some time.
Does anyone have a vial that we could take a sample of this? And I gestured to the exploded ooze to the authorities.
I will jump out some my oil and then hand over a flask. I have a perfume I could dump out, but that's not happening. So
Okay, I'll try to use one of my daggers to smoosh some of the ooze product into the vial for safekeeping. I don't want to touch it too much.
Okay, yeah, you do it, and the acidic properties do not eat through your dagger as you scrape some in.
Okay.
Could I just try and not necessarily perception check, maybe intelligence check, I don't know, of what exactly is going on with this slime thing that I just killed?
What are you
Like, just
looking
what
for?
happened
What happened?
when it took over the mole? Like, what? That Kane is confused.
Okay, and so you want to figure out what the ooze did to it, or
Yeah.
okay, yeah, make a just an intelligence check will be fine.
That's a 4.
That's a 4.
It's a 4.
Yeah, it's been a long day, and you're covered in ooze, and yeah, nothing's really coming up.
No. Kane is just still confused.
What would you like to do?
I think we need to navigate our way out and find some authorities, maybe as quickly as possible.
Agreed.
All right. So you guys work your way out, and you go back up you now all climb up the ladder. I'm assuming that was there, and pop out of the store where you were. You look around, and you start hearing alarms go off, and bells are ringing everywhere. And yeah, something is happening in the city, definitely. And you, in the distance, unmistakably hear these giant roars.
That sounds like a problem.
Oh, wow.
We didn't do that, did we?
We killed the mole.
I don't believe the mole was the problem.
Rox will start running towards the sound of chaos.
To quote the undead raven, thanks, and I'll start running.
All right. Yeah, the alarms are ringing. People don't know what's going on, and so they're kind of in a panic, and there's just chaos within the city going every which way. What do you do amongst all these people running everywhere? Where do you want to try to head to?
I mean, obviously the local town. Well, I mean, obviously, if the whole city's in chaos now, I mean, I guess we need to find the highest up person we could possibly find to tell, like what we saw, right? Because going to just a regular guard booth or something that won't really accomplish much. Just my thoughts. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, they have guard like stations in certain areas of town, right? Where the town guard have like little outposts.
Yeah.
Would Molly know where the nearest one is? Because she's kind of familiar with the city and also which places to avoid when she's doing other business.
Yes. Yep.
AKA, where was she last thrown in jail at?
I've never been thrown in jail. You don't know anything.
She can't be caught. Rox, with his love of cryptids and monsters, would still just be going towards the sounds of roaring.
All right. You find yourself trying to find a good vantage point to see up and more towards the far edge of the city. So you'd be heading more north away from the party.
I mean, we could stay with Rox, like go to like the intersection of danger and guard outpost, and just, there's got to be one on the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I don't want to part.
Plus, I'm probably scurrying after my friend to try and keep him from getting himself killed, right?
Yeah. Go into protective mode to tell people, like, stay inside, remain indoors, keep all hands and arms inside your houses.
There is a guard post that they are very busy trying to direct traffic. They don't seem to know what's going on. Rox, you seem that you can probably kind of climb up the side of nearby guard posts. They seem to have like a little tower there if you wanted to get a better vantage point.
Yeah, Rox would do that and probably have Dog It on top of his head, so it's just like another extra foot or two to see.
Excellent. Okay, so as Rox begins to do that, what do you tell these guards? Or just they're like, move along. We don't know what's going on. Just get somewhere safe.
There's danger under the city. An ooze-like substance taking things over. You must take the sample. And I'll like hold it out in my hands.
Look, you're gonna have to give that to Barnabas Blastwood. He's in charge of these things. But he is. Where would he be? Where would he be? Probably have to get to the castle ward in Waterdeep Castle, or near there anyway. He's probably there.
All right. Stay safe and pat on the shoulder before.
He kind of looks odd at this, like.
Yeah.
What?
Where are the bad things seeming to be happening?
Well, they seem to be coming from the north, so they're headed south. As Rox is trying to look north towards the city of what's going on. And Rox, you make it up this tower, and it's a little bit off in the distance because it's not quite into the city proper yet, but give me a perception check.
Yeah. Woo! That's a natural 20 plus.
Excellent.
I think it's 1. 21.
Well, that's both excellent for you and not so excellent. So you definitely see something that should not be happening in Waterdeep because it's protected from dragons coming in. But nonetheless, there are 3 black dragons coming over the city. And that's where we're going to stop for today.
Guys.
What?
I wasn't me. I didn't do it.
Not it.
Yeah.
It's very telling that 2 of us did not it.
Well,
We're gonna need a bigger vial.
yeah, no shit.
Oh dear gods.
So we'll go around and do our outro, starting with Leland.
Well, I'm Leland, and I think we should go ahead and change the name to Waterdeep Has Fallen. But anyway, because I don't know if we're going to be able to stop this. But no, I'm Leland / Leopold the Just. You can find me everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, at various tabletop RPG spaces, at Leopold the Just. A social media consultant for a few different tabletop RPG companies, and it seems these days full-time player in tabletop RPG streams. But super love this game, super love my character, excited for next week, excited to be eaten by dragons. Cool.
Hi, I'm Vera from Vera Says Dragons. I have no idea what's going on. I thought this was gonna go one way and it went a total other direction. No idea what's happening anymore. You can find me at Vera Says Dragons just about everywhere on the internet, and you will next find me on Do Respite on Wednesday for Eternium Gate. Check that out. 11 EST.
Nice. Adam, you can find me everywhere at Adamus Lamas. Tuesdays, I will be GMing The Gods We Know at 6 Pacific. And next Sunday, I will be playing Curse of Strahd. I'm also a Eldrin Bard. And of course, Saturday's here.
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fear. You can find me at Crystal_Fear on Twitter and at Crystal Fear pretty much everywhere else. I will be here next Saturday playing this, and every other week-ish, we're playing in Ravenloft on Fridays. I am highly confused. There are now dragons in Waterdeep, and Sarissa's very confused.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lori, aka Calamity Jane, and I was playing Molly. Who knows in the future what will happen? You can find me everywhere on the internet at Calamity_Jane, Jayn. And I'm here every Saturday with Waterdeep Has Fallen, and I will be at a table for Jasper's Game Week this coming Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. So if you can tune in for that, please watch all the shows. They're going on for, I think they started last night or today, and they go for quite a while. So tune in, donate if you can. It really helps. We appreciate it. And if not, we will see you next time with Impact.
Hi, I'm DC Lasair. I've been your Dungeon Master today. That's DC LASAIR. Follow me on Twitter, please. I talk about hats, my dislike of cottage cheese, and lots of Animal Crossing. So you can find me Saturdays here running this. And also this Wednesday, I too will be a part of Jasper's Game Week at noon Eastern on twitch.tv/mini terrain domain. I will be running a one shot of my own design for a group of fabulous people. And so I would also like to well wish to our missing member today, Mitchie. She is very sick, and I hope she gets better and can join us next week. And how she joins us next week will be quite interesting, I'm sure. So thank you all for being here. Thanks to Crystal for designing all these lovely graphics. Thanks to our wondrous producer, Misty, who makes sure the show gets on air every single week and that we're all here and, herds us cats and to what you see before you. And thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Please, if you can, follow and subscribe to Impact RPG. And we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.